Hey, so we had the first day of LCM today. Um, it was pretty subdued, I'd say, and quiet, but it was the first day, so sometimes it takes a while for it to kind of get the ball going and actually for things to kind of kick in, and also some people arrive at different times, etc. But generally, it definitely feels like there's less people showing, and there's kind of less kind of energy, but I don't want to run LCM down. And there's a lot of people sort of saying there aren't the big names, etc. But then I think fashion's kind of in that transition period where um, you know the big names are kind of getting smaller, or they're kind of having to kind of reduce their sort of the size of their businesses because they're unsustainable. And then obviously at the same time um, they're trying to cut costs, which obviously reduces the amount they spend on presentations or catwalks and that kind of stuff. What I would say about today was I feel like fashion needs to get away from what I would call is Instagram fashion, and what I mean by that is quite sort of superficial, and um, it kind of just sort of sits on the surface. It's kind of like sticking things onto things. So um, people sort of stick in different kind of motifs. So one season it can be pineapples, one season it can be flamingos, that kind of thing. And I feel like we've lost a bit of the design side of fashion. I was lucky enough to meet the designer Neil Barrett yesterday. He's got a new sort of selling exhibition at Harvey Nichols Menswear space, and I must admit I didn't fully appreciate his design until he talked me through it. And you actually start to appreciate the kind of thought and structure and detail in something that's quite minimal, which I feel like in the age of the internet, where it's all been about colour and motifs and themes and that kind of thing, I feel like we've lost the kind of idea of real design, design being a way that um, makes the body look better or makes individuals look the best of themselves. So I mean, today we had the Top Man show, and there was nothing wrong with it, but it was kind of, oh, we'll put a few, palm trees on, or we'll put a few mermaids on, and I know that it's kind of that Gucci thing, and Gucci are kind of putting motifs and sort of details on, but the way that they do it is quite sophisticated, and I just feel we need to get back to the kind of bare bones of actually designing stuff that's about people's bodies and how it fits onto people's bodies. The rest of the day, yeah, it was good. I mean, sometimes it's on the first day you're kind of just sort of getting into the flow of things, and I think we'll start to maybe see some trends coming through. Um, there was there was some interesting things at Charles Jeffrey. Um, I mean, previous collections from him haven't necessarily been as made as I would as you could describe, but they seem to be more kind of tailored and more actually kind of original garments. And there was a kind of play with masculinity and that kind of thing. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, it's pretty relaxed, and that's a good attitude to have. And I feel like even though London may be quiet, I feel this isn't a London issue. This is a menswear issue. And menswear at this moment in time is kind of on the downside of the spot of the cycle that happens in fashion sometimes. And like all cycles, it moves up. So let's see what happens. Anyway, have a good night. Bye.